In the world of football, clubs are regularly battling to secure the services of the brightest talents. The big clubs in Europe have shown multiple times that they are ready to shell out millions to rope in players they desire. However, some clubs end up spending millions not on new star signings, but to re-sign their own academy products. In this video, we'll be looking into the intriguing stories of clubs investing millions to recruit players they once nurtured in their own academies. These stars were once let go, only to return with hefty price tags attached. Sit tight as we uncover the story behind some of football's million-dollar homecomings. Bayern Munich, Mats Hummels. German international Mats Hummels is a typical example of a player who cost their parent club a fortune later on in the future. Hummels, a product of Bayern Munich Academy, joined the club as a 6-year-old and progressed through the ranks. And although he signed a professional contract with the Bavarian club in 2006, Hummels was never given an ample opportunity with the first team. Rather, he was registered with the reserve team, making only one first-team appearance in 2 seasons. Lack of first-team opportunities promoted a move away from the Allianz Arena, and the German center back joined rivals Borussia Dortmund in 2008 on loan in search of more playing opportunities. He impressed at Dortmund, which made the club snap him up permanently the following season. While at Dortmund, Hummels developed into a world-class center back. He became a regular at the club, helping them to consecutive league titles in 2011 and 2012, multiple domestic cup titles, as well as the UEFA Champions League final in 2013. He became so good that the top clubs around Europe sought after his signature, including his parent club, Bayern Munich. Hummels decided to return back to the Allianz Arena, and Bayern ended up paying a decent 38 million euros in 2016 to get their player back. But his stay with the Bavarians would only last 3 years, as Hummels returned to Dortmund in 2019, where he continued to ply his trade. Manchester United, Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba's Manchester United story is one of the most lavish of homecomings. The Frenchman featured for Manchester United's academy between 2009 and 2011, gaining promotion to the first team under Sir Alex Ferguson. However, a lack of regular first-team action led to a move away from Old Trafford, as he declined a contract renewal, joining Italian side Juventus on a free transfer. At Juventus, Pogba developed into a world-class player. He won multiple domestic honors with the Turin-based club, and his market value skyrocketed. So when Manchester United came calling for the already made version of Pogba, they had to break the bank, paying a then world record transfer fee of £89.3 million to re-sign a player that they gave to Juventus for free. Sadly, unlike most reunions, it never really worked out as the club and player would have liked. Reoccurring injuries and a host of other issues meant that Pogba never justified the heavy price tag he came with. And after 6 seasons, the Frenchman returned back to Juventus again on a free transfer, which turned out to be an economical loss for the Red Devils. Atletico Madrid, Alvaro Morata and Rodri. Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante, simply known as Rodri, is one of football's best defensive midfielders at the moment. Surprisingly, the Manchester City star, who is currently one of football's biggest stars, was once released by his boyhood club due to his physicality. Rodri joined Atletico Madrid's youth setup in 2007 as an 11-year-old. Sadly, 6 years later, he was released by the club after it was deemed that he didn't have the adequate physical strength to play the round leather game. Apparently, this setback turned out to be a blessing in disguise for the Spaniard, who later joined Villarreal and worked on his game and physique. In 2018, 5 years after sending him away from the club, Atletico realized the error of their ways and were forced to turn their attention back to Rodri. A player who they let go for free would go on to cost them a fee in the region of 25 million euros. Another academy player who Atletico spent millions to re-sign is Alvaro Morata. Like Rodri, Morata's football career began in Atleti's academy between 2005 to 2007. Madrid-born attacker then left to join Getafe and subsequently Real Madrid's academy, where he rose up through the ranks to become a first-team player and a decent striker. However, in 2019, after a failed spell at Chelsea, Morata would return to Atleti, first on loan before signing on a permanent basis in a deal worth £58 million. Barcelona. Cesc Fabregas, Gerard Piqué, and Jordi Alba. Even Barcelona, that is famously known for grooming and utilizing talents that emerged from La Mesa, have on multiple occasions spent money to bring back some of their academy graduates, like in the case of Gerard Piqué, of who left Barcelona in 2004 to join Manchester United for free, only to return 4 years later for £5 million. Similarly, Jordi Alba was released by Barcelona when he was 16. The diminutive left-back was sent away from the club for being too small. However, Alba would go on to develop into a quick, technically gifted mobile and rapid attacking fullback. Well, his size certainly did not appear to matter in 2012 when the club spent around £14 million to bring him back to the Nou Camp from Valencia. Another academy player the Catalan club spent millions to lure back to the Nou Camp is Cesc Fabregas. Fabregas played alongside Lionel Messi at La Mesa, but despite his immense talents, was never given a chance at first-team football, which prompted a move away from Barcelona at the age of 16, signing for Premier League club Arsenal. While in England, the former Spanish international slowly eased himself into the first team, becoming a key player for the club, and would eventually become club captain. And so, when Barcelona returned for his service in 2011, they ended up shelling out over €34 million for a player they let go for a merger fee of only €3.2 million. Paris Saint-Germain, Nicolas Anelka. Nicolas Anelka is one of football's most popular journeymen. The former French striker played for 12 different clubs before calling it quits in 2015. Anelka's football career began with French club Paris Saint-Germain. He showed lots of promise with the youth team, and after just one season, was promoted to the first team at age 16. Nevertheless, Anelka would feature only 10 times for the PSG before leaving for the Premier League in 1997. He was signed by Arsenal for a £500,000 transfer fee by then-manager Arsene Wenger. And although the striker didn't get much play minutes in his debut season, he blossomed in his second season in England. A long-term injury to the gunner point man, Ian Wright, saw Anelka break into the first team and play a major role as Wenger's side won a domestic double for the league and FA Cup. In the 1998-99 campaign, 20-year-old Anelka further proved his talent by registering 19 goals and 6 assists across competitions for Arsenal. Anelka became one of Europe's most wanted youngsters. He joined Real Madrid in the summer of 1999, but failed to settle in fully in Spain, albeit winning the UEFA Champions League, in his only season at the Santiago Bernabeu. 3 years after leaving his home country, Nicolas Anelka returned to France, signing for PSG, the club at which he used to play as a youth player, in a transfer deal worth £22 million. According to multiple sources, his £22 million return to the French capital was hugely financed by popular French television channel Canal+, and the club, then kit sponsor, Nike. Clubs dishing out millions to bring back their homegrown talents is a happening that is inevitable in football. However, it also sends a message that more benefit of the doubt and game time should be allocated to bright academy potentials, as history has shown that they might cost the club more in the future. Do you think these clubs made a huge mistake, or was it the right thing to do at the moment? Please do well to drop your opinions in the comment section below this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss our future videos.